Lastly, for this chapter, let's look at the difference between a state of consciousness and enlightenment. Many yogis and meditators are very good at reaching some very nice states of consciousness that lead us to feel a deep peace or bliss. I know within my own journey, I was at the time when I was meditating an awful lot, and I could reach some amazing states of bliss and peace and joy. And I thought that that's what enlightenment was. But it only lasted as long as I was sat there on the meditation, sometimes 10 or 15 minutes or even an hour after I finished meditating, this state. But I noticed that the more I would meditate and feel this bliss, and it was a coming and going experience, the less functional I seemed to be in the rest of my life, the less I wanted to be in the rest of my life, the driving on the school run, the doing the work, doing the garden, doing the food shop, everything that has to be done in a human life as a normal part of it. So by trying to pursue this bliss, I was becoming less and less functional in the rest of my life. And in the awakened state, that has completely gone. You're equally present, available all the time to whatever you're doing, with no sense that this is a mundane task or this is a holy task. It's all from the same place. So many yogis and meditators are very good at reaching some very nice states of consciousness that lead us to feel a deep peace or bliss, a stillness that makes us not want to move or participate in life. Non-functional states of consciousness in which we go deeper inside ourselves is not necessarily enlightenment. Many people have confused these over the centuries with awakened beings. Some people can reach states in which they cannot feed themselves or remember their own name for a while. This is also not enlightenment. It's important to know the difference so that we do not waste time on our pathway. Awakened beings are not interested in any particular state that will come and then will also go, nor do they want to live in a state that takes a lot of effort to maintain. Enlightenment is not something we do or become, but something we come to see we always were. Enlightenment recognizes itself. This is in stark contrast to a state that comes and goes and affects your body and mind temporarily. Your awakening is not complete until it has pervaded all of your life, goals, dreams, and relationships, finances, and work. Only when doing normal and mundane things brings you just as much joy as sitting in deep meditation or satsang is your awakening complete. When you are just as happy digging the weeds in the garden, hoovering, paying your bills, driving in rush hour, or meditating, then you are very much in the natural state. So again, that goes against a lot of the common ideas that we will find in spirituality around awakening itself in particular. So just there's one last page really, which is a summary, which I think is worth adding to this. So it's chapter 11, you already have what it takes. After reading and digesting these myths, we should be able to stop putting these beings on a pedestal so much and begin to see that awakened beings struggled just like we did. They did not have any special advantages and often have gone through some awful events in their own lives. They've had to figure their own way through their awakening, just like you are doing. It's time to start living the fullest possibility that you can do. It's time for you to realize the true nature of your being and to live in the fullness of that truth. Awakening is possible for anyone willing to consistently do what is needed to reach enlightenment. And now you can begin to see that others that went before you had no special character traits that you don't. They were and are just normal human beings that inquire deeply into the nature of reality and themselves. They have not done anything that you cannot do. There are many more myths that could have been included in this book, but the essence of each myth remains the same. We have judged what it is like to be enlightened and what it takes to get there by the behavior of just a few beings. And this has led to collectively agreed upon myths in the human consciousness. These myths have caused us to feel that we don't have what it takes, and that those who have reached enlightenment are somehow different from us or more gifted. It's time to put an end to these myths and to write a whole new chapter in humanity where every day, ordinary people wake up to their true nature and live a normal, happy life in peace. Why not you? And why not now?